of the chapter, we have to ask ourselves a basic question. Vayomer Shmuel al Shaul, Oti shalach Hashem lemshochacha lemelech. God sent me to anoint you as king, as we learned chapters ago. So what? So what? Ve'ata shema lekol divrei Hashem. Listen to what God is saying. Of course you have to listen to what God is saying. Don't you always have to listen? Why is that special? And then, Ko Amar Hashem Tzvaot. This could be the first time that the name Hashem Tzvaot is being used between a prophet and Israel, and someone in the Israel. Some of you maybe saw it when we're coming out of Mitzrayim, but we don't see a communique about this. I think we'll be able to understand and answer these questions based upon how we've been learning the section of Shaul as king, which, by the way, he's hardly ever called king here. Do you notice? Shaul, we hardly see Melech, or maybe once. Why do we not see it? Because Shaul himself has had ups and downs. I don't want to steal the shur of Rabbi Yisrael Cohen tonight. Okay, and he has the top subject is lighting Ner Chanukah up and down. Apparently, he's going to be learning the machloket between Beit Shammai and Beit Hillel. Are we Mosif Holech, or are we Holech Ufochet, as far as the number of Nerot are concerned? But we've been learning this section. Shalom Aleichem. What goodies have you brought us right now? Carrots? No, I don't want that. I mean, I can take it from you and bring it to the goats and give out the stuff if you want me to. Why? I feed the goats. So it's only a joke. I asked them if they eat plastic as well, and they said yes. Anyway, I want to they eat plastic. They eat anything.
Really? Like for real?
Mamish.
Plastic they eat.
Goats eat anything. But let's go back from goats to the beginning of this chapter. Point 1. Shaul is hardly ever called Melech. Why? Point number 2. And maybe point 2 will answer point number 1. Shaul has had ups and downs. It's not clear to him. Is he really functioning as a king? With all due respect.
No.
With all due respect, he's had ups and downs. And now maybe at the end of the last chapter, we'll be able to understand. Do you remember we're told about the family, his children, and so on? It could be that his kids are now maybe alufim, generals in his army. It could be that publicly he has daughters. They could be related to royalty in the future. It could be that maybe the 2 sons are getting ready or can be getting ready to become the hereditors, the heirs of the next kingdom. In other words, maybe, that's what I saw this as a svara from Rav Uzi Binnenfeld. It could be the end of this last chapter is setting up his administration. He's doing things which on the outside look or appear as he has a kingdom. Why is he doing it now? Because he hasn't done it until now. And why hasn't he done it until now? Because he's had problems acting as a king. As we've been learning about his ups and downs. In other words, this sugya, this subject, Shaul acting as a king, is a very troubling subject. Yes, he's a very special person. No, Shmuel thought this is not the right time to ask for a king. King for the reason. A king is supposed to be a bridge between heaven and earth. And Shmuel doesn't think that it's the right thing to do. Hashem says, you know what? They want it, we're going to give it to them. So we've been learning in the last chapters the success and the lack of success of Shaul. The administration is set up. We're told his sons, his daughters, his father. We're told that the Middle East, the neighbors, are tended to by Shaul as a king. So on the outside, externally, it seems that things are coming into place. Now is the big test. Why is now the big test? There's a mitzvah going to war against Amalek that's only applicable under certain conditions. One of the conditions has to be a king. The fear that Shmuel might have is the following. If Shaul uses this war as an external springboard, as a sign, look at me, I'm a king. Come on, Israel, let's go to war. And he wins the war, and he's doing it for what sake? His own personal sake. If, the fear I'm saying, the fear might be that he may go ahead and use the war against Amalek to show everyone, look, Ani Melech. Only a Melech is what? Involved in the war against Amalek. Therefore, the opening of this parak, in the careful words of Shmuel, look, Oti shalach Hashem limshochacha lamelech. Okay? You can ask in a funny way, was Shmuel sent to show is using the special name Hashem Tzvaot. What kind of godly name is Hashem Tzvaot? With the Pasuk Daled, we learned about the sluggish matter of sending the commando unit, the infantry forward. We say this land is our land, and they say no, it's not. And one of the guys in the back, throws a stone to the side of the Amalekian soldier. Doesn't hit Amalek. Civil rights units, anarchists start coming in. What's going on here? What are you starting an argument? Amalek is living with peace and love down south of Israel. Coming there to the southwest. What